well, hi everyone.
Oh.
We're not sure when this began because we're using the webcam this morning. Oh. I just pressed record.
Oh, I know. I think we are. Okay, we're recording.
Okay, we are recording.
We are recording.
Okay, 21 seconds.
Right.
Okay. Well, hi, Ryan.
Hello, Deborah. Welcome to the Fab Life, folks, with Deb and Ryan.
Oh my God, it's Thanksgiving
It's
week.
Thanksgiving. It's been forever since we've taped. We are so sorry.
Oh.
Just a couple weeks of conflict and...
You've been so busy.
So busy.
Listen, he is about to graduate with his master's degree. And, and he's teaching.
Yeah.
And he's writing his thesis. And, oh my God, and I'm just going crazy.
We all are. It's that time.
It's that time.
It's a holiday season.
I know. So I'm not doing a turkey, Ryan.
You're not?
No, I'm not doing a turkey.
What are you doing, darling?
Okay, well, we're having seafood. Which is actually, as Dr. Rosemary Korek reminded me, that is actually more traditional than a turkey.
Oh.
You know, when you think of the first Thanksgiving in Massachusetts, on the coast, I'm sure there was plenty of seafood.
Absolutely. Well, this kind of hits your East Coast roots, right?
Well, my mother never served seafood at Thanksgiving.
No.
4th of July.
Christmas?
Well, Christmas. Oh, I'm going to cook the turkey, the duck, the whole 9 yards. So we're not having company. So Tony and
That'll be nice.
Well, it will be, because we'll be able to just watch football.
So busy.
We are. We just want to relax that day. I know. So how are you?
I'm good. Life is good. It's just busy. You know, getting everything done, meeting all these deadlines. But, you know, it's good. I can't complain. I mean, it's
thank God we're busy.
I know.
Can you imagine being unemployed right now? And
no. I sometimes say, I would love to be like a stay-at-home dad. And then I look, no, I'm not meant for that.
No, you. Oh, no. You?
I am too. I know.
You are not meant for that.
I know. Some days it sounds so grand.
You're too vital. You're young. You're vital. You're brilliant.
Yeah, and I'm too career-driven. It's been the mark of my life.
I know.
Yours too.
Well, it has been. I know it's exhausting just to think about what I've done in my life. I'm surprised I'm still breathing. Honestly,
she is.
But I am.
And now she's on the Fab Life.
I am quitting smoking over Christmas vacay. I have got to.
Really?
I have to. I told Tony, I said, if you don't quit smoking with me, I'm going to die. I have to. I feel good. I don't like it anymore.
But then it's like I go back to, and I think, you know, it's just stupid. I always say, well, it's the stress. Well, there's a lot of people who are stressed out that don't smoke, so I don't know. I should quit.
I know. I mean, I've been saying this for about 3 years now. People are getting tired of listening to me, but I am truly going to do this.
Are you?
Over the Christmas vacation, I'm coming back a non-smoker.
Is he quitting with you?
Yes. Oh, that's the only way I can do it. I can't have him smoking in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be way too much.
Yeah, although I smoke way more than he does.
Really? It's probably because you are... See, let me ask you
I'm sitting writing my book on...
That's exactly right. And that's what I dream about, though. I dream of, like, sitting at my desk. Like, I think I work better when I have, like, caffeine and a cigarette.
Well, that's me. My Diet Pepsi.
I really do.
A giant glass of Diet Pepsi. And a pack of Newports. My inspiration for writing about the Queen of Sheba.
Look,
anyway,
we are not promoting.
No, we are not.
We're talking about our faults and laughing about it because, you know, it's something we both need to change. So.
Well, it is. Okay, well,
let's inhale and exhale. Well, let's talk about
the housewives.
Yeah, let's talk about them. Do you want to talk about Beverly Hills? Because I think Atlanta's full of fire, and I feel like we should save that for the last.
Yes,
okay.
Well,
what's going
on? Well, it's all about Taylor. And last night, she gave her little daughter, Kennedy, a birthday party.
Okay.
And had some loser from Idol singing Happy Birthday. Can you imagine going from being a contestant on Idol to singing at Taylor's 5-year-old birthday party, happy birthday. What a comeuppance. But anyway, drama. Because now Taylor doesn't like Camille because they had a kind of an intervention at Lisa's tea party where Taylor was just attacking Lisa so badly. And everyone kind of came to her defense and said, look, Taylor, we've been defending you. Okay? We've been protecting you.
That's true.
And then Camille is the one who blurted out, well, we don't talk to anybody about the fact that he hits you, that he broke your jaw, and all this stuff. And then later on, they show Russell, he's the one who killed himself, at his daughter's party, and he and his wife are not getting along. Well, they did, and I thought it was so inappropriate.
I don't think that you should be talking about this.
Oh my God!
This is the only footage they have, Deb. I think they should. I'm sorry, Andy. They should have scrapped the season. I'm sorry. This is so distasteful.
It is distasteful
to talk about this stuff.
And you can see the tension between Taylor and her husband, and they're saying catty things about him, but the thing is, these women, what Camille said, I think that really angered Taylor. Listen, we've been, it's not that he beats you, it's that you've told us that he beat you, and we don't know what to believe because every time we see you, there are no marks of abuse on you. And I think that's what got her angry. But anyway, Lisa's daughter's getting married. Now, this has caused a rift between Lisa and Adrian. Now, let me tell you why. Adrian owns the Palms in Las Vegas.
Correct.
And Lisa is giving her daughter a bachelorette party at a competing hotel. And apparently next week, Adrian's going to confront her because Adrian and her husband Paul have always promoted Lisa's restaurant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So anyway, there's a split there. And then Crazy Kim, Kyle's crazy sister.
Oh,
Kim,
right. Is she still battling alcoholism?
No, she's on all this medication. And she has a boyfriend now, and she's moved in with him. And Kyle was all upset about it. Like, why would you get upset with a 50-year-old sister?
Well, I think Kyle has a power thing with her.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. And I think that Kyle is jealous of probably her sister, who is Paris Hilton's mother.
Yes.
What's her name? Kathy, is it?
Kathy Hilton.
So I think that it's a way for Kyle to have power. Because obviously, because at the end of last season, I remember Kyle looking at Kim saying, we've helped you pay for this, pay for that. She shouldn't be doing that. But you see, it's this power kind of trip
Her
thing.
boyfriend is so attractive. I'm sorry.
What husband is or boyfriend is attractive? Well, I think Kyle's husband is good.
Well, he's good looking.
Was
I like
Mauricio?
Paul too, Mauricio, but I like Paul, Adrian's husband.
Oh, yeah.
He's the plastic surgeon, so he always looks good. Injecting. He has like a room in their mansion.
Is that, if you had to pick Tony's occupation, would that be it?
Plastic surgeon. He has a room in their mansion.
Oh.
That's all set up where her girlfriends come over, and Paul gives them Botox and Restylane and all this stuff. I wish I were a friend of Adrian's. I could get free Botox.
Deb would be going over.
I'd be going over all the time. Fill that line. Get rid of those.
Well, that's really interesting then. So a lot of things are kind of turning.
They are.
Turning on that show.
Yes.
I would have never imagined
The Great Divide. I think that's what it was called last night. So what about Atlanta?
So Atlanta has started. And folks, if you've been tracking us, Deb and I love Atlanta because it's full of drama. And I don't know if it's real, but it's fun as hell. I know that. So Nene is back. And, well, they're all back.
Oh, well, Nene is back saying, I'm so rich. I
that
am
amazing?
so rich.
I
That's
think
what she's
I know
saying to everybody.
Saying that. And I know she's saying that, and she's starting around this thing that she was on Celebrity Apprentice like constantly. I'm sorry.
Who cares? She quit Celebrity Apprentice.
Good point. Good point. So let's talk about
scene.
Nene.
Okay, did you see the scene when she took her son to get a new car? Tell the audience about that. It was so hilarious. She's telling everybody she's so rich, and then she goes to this car lot that's obviously a friend of hers, some used car lot.
Right.
And, she's buying, a car for $13,000.
Yes.
And she writes a check for $13,000, and then she's saying to the cameras, I'm so rich, see, I can write a $13,000 check. Writing a $13,000 check does not make you rich.
No.
Okay?
No.
Even Candy said, some people around here, they get a couple of $100,000 or $1 million, they think they're rich. They're not rich. Candy's rich.
Candy's really rich.
She looks fabulous.
Yeah.
Except when they went down to Miami and they were all in bathing suits, I was shocked at how large her booty was and her thighs. Nene even made her, wow, look how big her thighs are. And Nene's exposing herself. And flirting with all these guys. Oh my
I love her.
You love her? I
Nene.
hate her.
I think she is.
I can't stand her. Big mouth!
I think she's so funny. She's so funny. She is great in her.
I mean, like, funny haha.
Yeah, I couldn't be friends with her.
Oh no, I could never be
But
friends with her.
love watching.
I'd be terrified of being in her presence.
I love watching her.
Well, not that.
Kim, what do you think about Kim's?
Kim, OMG, she has struck gold.
Yes, I think
She's got this fabulous boyfriend,
Yeah.
Troy. Who does he play for? I don't know. Anyway, he's a football player, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, she's having a baby. They just had the shower.
Right.
He's going to marry her.
Yeah.
She's getting married, or I think they've already been married. But anyway, on the show, we're going to see him get married.
Right.
He has just bought her a 17,000 square foot mansion.
Yep.
So she has struck gold, baby.
Yeah.
But he is so nice.
He is unbelievably nice.
He's gorgeous.
He's really good looking.
Lovely.
Why? And I feel like, for some reason, maybe it is Croy, but I think that Kim seems like the most mature one.
I
Which
know,
is
this
totally
season.
a change, right?
It's true.
And she even looked at Nene and she's like, get a grip. Like, I feel like even the confessional part where she's talking is just very mature. Other than her laying in bed screaming her assistant. Was it Sweetie or
Sweetie!
she was like,
Sweetie!
she was like,
Can you get me a napkin?
Sorry.
Sweetie!
I think her dog's ugly. I think that dog is so ugly.
Yeah, I know. Well, most of them, yeah, all those dogs.
So anyway, I don't know. Nene, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens on that show with her.
And Sheree. She by Sheree. She's building a house. 7,000 square feet. Or 8,000 square feet. Then when she went to lunch with Kim and Kim dropped it on her that her new house was 17,000 square feet. She, by Sheree, Sheree nearly dropped her she. Oh, yeah. So, anyway.
Oh, my gosh. I can't even comment because you're so funny.
And I mean, Sheree was at the site pointing at I'm going to have a little lounge here.
Did you hear her? She's getting wealthy because now she's getting a lot of acting deals.
She's an actor way out of a paper bag.
These women are ridiculous.
I know, they're so... But the thing is, I love their extensions. I love their wigs and their extensions, and I only wish I had the courage to do that, but I don't because I'm getting too old.
Oh.
Well, no, I'm not going to have a blonde wig extensions. Although Candy looks great with her extensions. I really like her right now.
Yeah. Candy really has it together. Although she's starting her own like women's sex toys, which is I think is going to be a whole nother.
I was blown away by that. OMG, when I went into that store.
Hold on, we have not talked about. Well, yeah, I know. Phaedra, who now would be a funeral director.
Perfect. She said as long as their insurance is current, she's in.
Talk about
Phaedra would squeeze the last dime out of her piggy bank, out of your piggy bank and mine. Okay, if she's
a businesswoman.
But I love her.
Do you?
I love Phaedra.
She is the epitome of a antebellum.
Oh, she's the Southern Belle, baby.
Belle.
Yeah. I just don't get why she's married to that guy.
I don't either, but he's good looking.
He is, well, yeah.
He's good looking, right. And I think that's the only reason, because he's like an ex-con, isn't he?
He's an ex-convict. But, we don't know.
We don't know, and who knows about all that?
Love is blind, but lovers cannot see.
And
the
people
pretty
can
follies
change.
have themselves.
People can change. Yeah. So.
I just quoted Shakespeare.
She was legend.
Inappropriately.
Talking about the Real Housewives and Phaedra Barker.
Yeah.
William would be so pleased.
Okay, how about Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, well, I really like Ricky Lake.
I really like Rob Kardashian because he's worked hard. He's lost so much weight. He's in great shape. Last night, he just blew the judges away. He got a perfect 30. He's now #1. He's got the highest scores. But I love Ricky Lake. She looks fabulous.
My God, I just think she looks like a professional out there. There's
She does.
She's having so much fun. I don't know. I just think that she's.
Oh, I love her. And that Mr. Martinez, what's his first name? The war hero.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's fabulous too. He's phenomenal. And
all of their stories are just
all of their stories.
They've had struggles, and they.
I just love Ricky Lake too.
Yeah.
And anyway, Rob Kardashian, I'm really glad that he's done well because he was kind of an underdog with all his sisters.
Yeah.
He was kind of a schlump,
Yeah. I think, he even said
he was out of shape and all the stuff. And now
he's still trying to find his way.
Exactly. But he's young. Well, he's not that young.
No, he's young.
Well, yeah, he's young.
And actually, he's very smart. He's just completed a degree at USC, University of Southern California.
And he's very handsome.
So
I'm sure that his mother's going to push him into acting.
Yeah, he should.
Oh, he should, because he's very handsome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you see, by the way, Kris Jenner has a book out?
Who?
Isn't Kris Jenner?
Oh. Yes.
Did you see she has a book out?
Oh.
She has a new book out. I just thought of that because you had mentioned she is a great entrepreneur.
She is.
I'm not sure what that book is about.
I don't know. It must be.
I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, it must be great. So what
let's
else?
move
on to politics.
So, let's talk about the Republican debate. Though it's a couple weeks ago, but we can sort of. You didn't see it? Well, Perry's being sort of made fun of for missing his step on a bunch of things. They say he's sort of done. It looks like it's going to be Romney no matter what.
It's going to be Romney.
It's going to be Romney.
But who's going to be his VP candidate? Probably Kane? I would think Kane.
I think so too, but he better get all this personal baggage.
We're such Puritans.
Well,
America.
But people care about that.
Well, I mean, I care about that too. But I mean, why suddenly are all these women coming out of the woodwork when he's running for president? Why didn't they come out of the woodwork a couple of years ago?
He started blaming other Republican candidates, which is not good for the Republican Party.
No, it's not. But, I'm so sick of the Republicans and the Democrats. We need a new party in this country. We need a third party. Oh my God, I can't stand all the bickering. And I mean, nothing gets done in Washington. What about the super committee?
Yep.
The super duper pooper committee.
Yep.
Who can't get it together to slash $1 trillion, and they've had months to do this. I mean, are they so egotistical that they can't coordinate?
$1 trillion, and they
$1 trillion to help Americans like you and I.
Yep.
who are increasingly becoming more and more and more and more impoverished because the cost of living is going through the roof, and yet our salaries remain the same.
Yeah, the cost of education is going
and
up.
tax us to death. 33 1/3% of everything you make is gone to taxes.
Bill Clinton actually came out and sort of made a remark about that, I think, not too long ago. He said this is atrocious for the American people. So
it's just
I don't know.
Appalling.
I don't know.
And I mean, you know, people going out to buy their regular turkey meal, they're saying it's up 15% from last year. They're just a basic, ordinary Thanksgiving meal is costing $250. Are you kidding me? Turkey used to cost like 33 cents a pound.
It's ridiculous.
You know, you can get a turkey for $7. Now what? Turkeys are like $60 or something?
Oh yeah, it's really expensive.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's insane. And you know, speaking of a third party, I was thinking about this not too long ago, Deb, is that I have, you know, my personal feelings about this is that I'm not calling for anything radical here, but voting is not working in this country anymore.
No.
I just feel like we need to find some other way to show government that we realize their inadequacy, their inability to function.
Absolutely.
Because voting, that's what we're told. Well, if you don't like the way it is, go vote. That's not working. Because it doesn't matter, like you said, if there's a Democrat or Republican in office, we are getting the same type of crap every year after year, every 4 years. This country is just, and I don't know. I think
this is not
the people
country.
need to. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I just think the people need to. We need to start being more vocal. And they say we are a passive, especially my generation, we are passive people. We are passive, we just sort of, well, that's the way things are.
Well, that's because everyone's medicated. They've got the whole country medicated.
Wow.
You know, everybody's walking around like zombies.
That's
okay, where's my remote?
Yeah.
Let me lie down.
What's your Real Housewives?
There's an economic crisis? Oh, really?
It's true, though.
Let me order a pizza.
Yeah. $5. Little Caesars. No, that's what they say, though, about us. We're such a passive generation that...
Yeah, well, my generation has become pretty passive, too. Now, we were really rocking in the 60s and the 70s during the Vietnam War, but... you know, we all became gentrified, I guess.
Yes, gentrified, good word.
Yes, so now we're just a bunch of zombies.
So, so I don't know. I mean, I think as far as, if we talk politics and being really trying to be objective here, I think Obama's doing the right thing if he wants to be reelected by staying kind of quiet. I mean, because the more the Republicans debate, which there are a ton of Republican debates. I've never seen so many debates for a party. And I feel like debate after debate, it gets really just fuzzy.
Wasn't the last debate, they only allowed Ron Paul like 30 seconds to speak?
Do you... I won't.
Not that I would vote for him anyway.
No, but I feel like he is a guy who actually has some sense.
Well, he does have some sense, but I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know.
We need a miracle.
I don't know.
I'm just afraid that we're going to be invaded.
Obama says these things, and then Mitt Romney, who will probably be the Republican candidate, says, oh, we need to cut off business with China. What is going on? That is just irrational thinking.
Oh, speaking of overseas, talk about Putin.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, the whole issue with Syria right now.
Yes,
and
well, Bashar al-Assad has said, I'm not stepping down.
Correct.
And so France was putting the heat on him.
And Putin said that if NATO goes into Syria, then France will be the first nation that Russia bombs.
Oy vey, that's like the beginning of World War III, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's what's being released from some, now it's from some news reports. That's what Putin has said. He has come out. Now, you know, if you do not know, that Putin is sort of waiting for Medvedev to get his term and move him out, because there's rumors he's not very happy with Medvedev because he doesn't think he's strong enough.
Yes.
He hasn't represented Russia in the international sphere. So Putin is... what do you call it? He's just waiting. He's anticipating getting back and getting the Russian people to vote for him.
They'll elect him, or they'll rig the election.
Yeah.
But, you know, as we've said before, I mean, Russia and the Russians have a history of loving their czars and their dictators.
Yeah.
So they love these strong-armed dictators.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because, you know, when Putin was president, and if he becomes president again, Russia does sort of enter the international conversation. I mean, right now, Russia's been sort of kind of quiet for the most part underneath Medvedev, which is kind of how we would like them as an American government.
Exactly. But, you know, Putin also has been working behind the scenes.
Yes, he has.
Trying to get some kind of reunification with some of the former Central Asian Soviet states. So I don't know how successful it's going to be, but that's really problematic. But you know, of course, Russia has great financial interests in Syria and in Iran. So Russia has also warned Israel about bombing the Iranian nuclear facilities, because it has been the Russians who have really been assisting the Iranians in this development.
Correct.
And of course, the Russians have great presence in Syria.
Yeah.
Syria has always been a country that has been allied with the Soviet Union and then Russia, of course. Yeah. So, yes, and of course, they want to be the power player in the Middle East rather than the United States.
Absolutely. And Russia had great ties to Libya, which I think was sort of the, you know, the thing that poked them. And at least poked Putin, right? And then so he sees sort of this similar type thing potentially happening in Syria, and so he has come out, stepped over Medvedev, which this says something about Putin as a character in Russia, as an international leader.
But you know, the Middle East right now is so unstable. Here you have these huge riots going on in Cairo because the people are saying, you know, when we got rid of President Mubarak, we wanted to create a democratically elected government.
Correct.
And now what we have is a military dictatorship. Nothing has changed.
Correct.
And then in Libya, of course, the news from Libya is that they caught Mohammed Gaddafi's other son.
Absolutely.
What's his name? Islam, something al-Islam. Saif al-Islam. Yeah. So they caught him. He was in the southern desert. And they captured him, and of course he'll be executed. You know that. So, you know, things are very, very volatile right now. And then we have the economic situation all over Europe and America.
Greece and China. China has turned down the opportunity to help Greece, right? And I think Europe in general, or I don't know. I know with Greece though, I think China said no, we cannot. We cannot offer any more assistance.
So anyway, enough bad news. How about let's talk about Thanksgiving?
Let's talk about Thanksgiving. Well, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for being alone. I'm thankful for my job. Well, first of all, I'm thankful for my husband, my friends like you. Thankful for our show. Thankful for my position here at the university. I'm thankful for all my friends, for my health, for my new home, for everything. Food, clothing, shelter, all the basic necessities which have been provided, and I thank God for our country. That I just hope and pray that we're going to find a solution to the current crisis that we're in, because there's never been a greater country than the United States of America.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, ditto to a lot of that. Friends, family, job, school, learning,
creating.
The ability to have an education, I think, is something I value so much. Gosh, the arts. What can I say? You know,
everything.
Coffee. Can I add just coffee? Because I loved.
We're grateful for coffee, even though it's becoming unviable.
No, okay, we won't start that. Oh my god, I
gee.
know.
Oh my
Talk about
God.
expensive addiction.
I know. Oh, that's another thing I'm going to give up during Christmas vacay. No, because
Oh.
I'm not really a coffee drinker. Pepsi.
No.
I have to. I mean, I'm so
Stay
wired.
tuned. Now you
When I
have
go
a
to bed at night, I'm like lying awake, like, why am I lying awake? I said to Tony. I said, well, maybe it's that 12 cans of Pepsi you drank today. Maybe it's that case that you drank today.
So you have, and
No, I don't
nothing
drink a case
else,
a day.
you have a lot to watch. Stay tuned to the Fab Lights to see if Deb drops her addictions.
And picks up a new one. Well, anything else?
No, darling. I just wish you all a wonderful holiday.
Happy holidays.
And enjoy the time with your family and friends and relax. And, you know, if you're going to watch TV, watch sports, watch good movies, good family.
Watch something happy.
Don't turn on the news. Don't do any of that.
No,
Just
I'm not going to
shut
watch
it
the news
off.
this weekend.
Enjoy
I just
your
can't
time.
stand it
No.
anymore.
No. Enjoy your time with your family and friends.
Oh, there is one thing.
Go ahead.
Regis Philbin finally
Yes.
retired.
Yes.
And we loved him so much.
Yeah.
And now Kelly Ripa is leading the charge until she gets...
Have you heard any other rumors about who might replace
No,
him?
Jerry Seinfeld is the co-host this week. Or at least yesterday and today.
Interesting. Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, but it was kind of boring.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, yeah. That's probably what they're looking for because
You know, you need
Regis was a
somebody-
big name, so they may.
Well,
wanna
also a
replace
big
him.
ego, and you need someone with that
Really
who's
big.
going to kind of carry the show. You need a big personality. I mean, I love Jerry Seinfeld, but I mean, he doesn't have a big personality. He's more laid back.
You know, we mentioned this a while back ago, and I can't help but think that I would love to see Joan Rivers back on TV. I love her.
Well, I watch her once in a while on her fashion show.
Yeah.
Because she's so hilarious
She's
and irreverent.
yeah.
I mean, I suppose when I hit 80, I'll be pretty irreverent too if I get there. I won't care what I say. But I mean, she just.
She just said, yeah,
Says
maybe she's not
anything.
good for like daytime, 10 o'clock in the morning.
No, not Joan.
But I just love her so
I love
much.
her.
So anyway,
Okay. So happy Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving.
And we just want to remind you all to
Stay fabulous. Bye.
Bye.